All right, here we are at our 1993 Jamestowner. This is a 16 by 65 foot aluminum hull houseboat for sale. We're here on the beautiful freshwaters of Norris Lake Tennessee. This slip is transferable. If anybody wants to keep it right here, they'll have that option to do so. We're here for a video walkthrough tour as usual. You'll find the full list of specifications, features, options, current asking price, all that and more is going to be over at our website, which is at yournewboat.com. For your convenience, down in the video description, there will be a direct link to this listing. But if you are watching this on a device where you're not able to view that direct link, all you gotta do is remember that website, yournewboat.com. You're not gonna be overwhelmed there. That website's mostly just gonna be boats here in the Norris Lake and a few other areas around East Tennessee. But again, down in that video description, there will be the direct link to this listing. So pretty much everything that you will be seeing in this video tour will be transferring. And that includes this char-broil gas grill with a side burner. Newer ceiling fan up here on the front porch. We've got two sunshades that they're going to pull down. That patio table and chairs, as well as this set right over here. And if you notice, I did not call this one a wide body. This one has catwalks. And this right here is exactly what we mean by catwalks. That cabin does not go fully to the edge. We've got a walkway basically going down both sides. Oftentimes, if you're going out and leaving your slip on a regular basis, take other boats with you, these catwalks can be quite useful as far as whenever you do get moored out. It can help you, and it can actually make things a little bit easier getting tied up in a cove or tying up your runabouts and things like that alongside whenever you are out. So here we are at our helm station. This is the single helm on this boat. And we've got all of our controls right here. Engine instrumentation for both your port side and starboard side engines. So over here on our port side, we've got your engine temperature, engine oil pressure, port side fuel tank. This is our port side engine hours. We're showing 358.2 engine hours. Battery volts as well. Tachometer right here. Starboard side engine is going to be right over here. Tachometer, starboard fuel tank, oil pressure, engine temperature, battery volts, and engine hours. 159.2 engine hours showing over here on this side. And this fuel gauge right here in the middle, that's going to be for the generator fuel tank. Ritchie compass as well. VHF radio just overhead. It's going to be your power panel, remote generator start, transfer switch to go from generator power over to shore power. This is powered by 50 amp shore power service. We've got a water heater switch right here at your helm as well. And it's going to be a Boss Elite AM, FM, CD, auxiliary, USB, Bluetooth, SD. I think that's all of them. So that's all capable on that Boss stereo. We've got 4 speakers, 2 here in the cabin, 2 on the front porch. And to have a functional horn as well. A blast of that. So pulling back here, that's going to be a 43-inch Vizio HD television. This is Starlink equipped. The service can be transferred. That is a great option for anybody around Norris Lake. Very good, dependable Wi-Fi with good connectivity, and it's going to block those signals in easily and basically give you service anywhere you are on the lake. So also should point out we've got a small little fridge right here, right next to our lower helm. Of course, this is just a low electric mini fridge. We've got updated interior. This is going to be some luxury vinyl plank flooring throughout. And we've got painted walls. We've got newer countertops, which you're about ready to see. Mostly new lighting throughout as well. We've got PEX plumbing that was done in, I think, 22. It's going to be a 4-bedroom boat. We got twin engines. We got Mercruiser 4.3 liter V6 inboard outboard engines. We'll get to that here whenever we make it out to the rear deck. So we got a small little sectional over here, and this piece right here, this is a little Serta Dream convertible. This is basically a twin size sleeper sofa. Super easy to do. Just pull this out right here. I think I can do it with one hand even. Okay. Of course, that right there is just a big old ottoman, but your back is adjustable. Be able to pull this forward, go down with it, and there you have it. So, and as I said a moment ago, I said most of what you see will be transferring. If you caught a glimpse of that trolling motor back there, that is not included. That is goes to a to another boat. And then to put this back in place, just lift that up. That's meant to be done with 2 hands, but we made it work. Just right back into place there. All right. So we've also got that recliner right across from that. And this is going to be your hatch to get down into the interior hull space, or almost a crawl space, if you will. That's going to be where your central heat and air conditioning is all ran through. And your plumbing is also down there as well. We've got a pair of waste holding tanks. Going to be 75 gallons a piece. Those are aluminum. And we've got a pair of 75-gallon plastic polypropylene tanks for your fresh water. And when we do make it to the engine room, we've got back there, we've got 3 different 50-gallon aluminum fuel tanks. Now, I should go ahead and mention those aluminum waste tanks do need to get changed out for plastic. Waste will eventually corrode those. This boat has only been on Norris Lake since, I think, about 2021. But that's one of those things you don't want to wait till it's too late on. You want to go ahead and address that before those tanks corrode and you've got more problems to deal with. So do keep that in mind. We've got a Norcold. This is a gas and electric dual source refrigerator and freezer. Think of a camper RV style refrigerator. We've got a 4-burner gas oven and range, microwave overhead. That's going to be a little Ninja Foodie air fryer oven. Got a Keurig coffee maker right over here. And we've got a updated sink as well. Updated kitchen sink. Again, updated countertops. All of your appliances and furnishings are all going to be transferred. This one is truly going to be very turnkey, move-in ready. You've got pots, pans, your flatware, glasses, dishes, pretty much everything you need to get going. Ceiling fan here in here as well. Those are newer ceiling fans, I think, throughout. This bar, table and chair set. And updated counters throughout. To give you that 360-degree tour while we're in here before we move on. We've got, again, updated lighting. We've got some lighting just right there above our windows, right in there. It's kind of acting like it's fading in and out. It's just because it's LED. Lights actually stayed on the whole time. All right. I think that covered everything up here in the front half of the boat. Let's head on down. We got a center hallway layout. And actually, let's pause right here. This is a good reminder to tell you we've got a 2 marine air geothermal, basically central heat and air geothermal units. Those are rated at 16,000 BTU cooling capacity and 17,000 BTU heating capacity each. So we've actually got 2 different units. Those are basically all controlled together, and that's ran through this boat just like central heat and air is. Now over here to the port side, we've got our first of our 4 staterooms. Got a pocket door that slides out, closes this Well, close this bedroom off. Might need some adjustments on there. There we go. All right, that luxury plank flooring is throughout. Got a nice hanging closet in this bedroom. This is a full-size bed. We have 3 full-size beds. And in most houseboats, or like most houseboats, we got 2 different lights in here. So that is your 12-volt light. This is your 110 light. The reason you have that is these houseboats are designed to have 12-volt lighting in every room of the boat, even if you are not on shore power and without your generator running. So most of these are going to have what we will refer to as a house battery bank. It's 12-volt battery power, and it's going to work a handful of things throughout the boat. There's a nice large hanging closet. So not only is your 12-volt going to supply power to your helm station, where you're going to be able to operate the boat, and cabin lights here and there, it's also going to power that stereo. All right, over here on the starboard side, we've got our full bathroom. That is a Jamestowner marine macerating head. Got a walk-in shower back here. And again, updated countertops throughout. That includes our bathroom vanity sink right here. Nice vanity mirror and lighting throughout. And let's see, I believe this one here. That one there's, that's going to be that 12-volt light over top of that mirror right there. That other switch you just heard me hit. And there's your walk-in shower. You can ignore that hose down there. That is for this Frigidaire dehumidifier unit. And it may caught your eye here where they get a little label right there telling you that the toilet tissue paper goes in that little waste bin. Those are macerating heads, and that is kind of a captain's rule. Those heads can handle toilet tissue paper. However, you do need to use marine RV tissue paper if you're going to flush it. You also want to be careful about how much of that you use. You want to use it in small quantities. Feminine products will stop that macerator every time. So generally, most boat owners are going to adopt the toilet paper goes in the wastebasket policy once they've had to deal with unclogging a macerator or the grinder in those heads. So again, personal preference, but they are capable of using tissue paper. But if you do, you don't want to use just your regular everyday toilet tissue paper. You do want to use the RV marine stuff. So, and sometimes that's the factor that might say, well, let's just go to the wastebasket then, so you can use maybe the same tissue paper that you use at home. So, another pocket door. It's going to stop you right there to block off that master stateroom. More on that in a moment. We're going to step down these steps here into our double cuddy before we do go any farther. Now we got 2 more full-size beds down here in our double cuddy. And again, updated lighting and window blinds. Again, that is a full-size bed. Got a lot of storage in here. Large shelf right there. It's going to be one of our central heat and air vents. And let me come on in here. We'll turn around, show you the other side. So the back cuddy, same thing, another full-size bed. Notice this one sits up a little bit higher. It's actually the 2 marine air units are actually underneath that bed right there. And then consider this headroom down here as well. More on that here in a minute. But in the boat itself, we've got about 7 foot 2 inch clearance in your headroom in the cabin. Now down here in our bedrooms, we're talking just under 6 feet. I think one was 5'11", another was like 5'11 and a half, another was 5'11 and 3/4 for our 3 guest staterooms. So again, I believe that one's about 5'11", and this one is about the same. I think it was maybe about a 1/2 inch different, but that very first full-size stateroom we stepped into. This one right here, this one was closer to 5'10". Otherwise, the rest, you know, if you want to call that 6 feet, basically 6 feet in all of your guest staterooms, and then 7'2" headroom in the rest. Okay. All right. So now here we are entering this master stateroom. And pull this back a little bit here. Now here we've got a queen size bed. Now, the reason this is kind of raised up off the floor here, if you will, that is the headroom for down below. Just like how our first stateroom, you can see how that one's kind of a little bit raised up off the floor. That's the headroom from down below. That is what makes the headroom available down here in your lower cuddies. So, but this one is a queen size bed. Now they've added a little steps and a little handrail over here at the foot of the bed so that you're not having to crawl over top of each other to get in over here. Now we got 2 steps that are going to take you off that main level floor to take you up there next to that queen size bed. And then also up here we've got, of course, another window. That one the blinds are a little bit bent in that corner there. Small little shelf over there with some lighting available there as well. And then we've got a nice large hanging closet, 3 dresser drawers integrated in. A little outlet right here at the foot of the bed as well. And let me go ahead and lower this television back down. This one here, this one's a 32-inch TCL Roku HD television. And right behind it, this is your half bath here in your master suite. Again, we get another pocket door right here. Another Japsco marine head. And again, that head's going to have its separate 75-gallon aluminum waste holding tank. It does eventually need to get changed out for a plastic tank. And again, nice updated interior and bathroom throughout. Now, before we head out to the rear deck, we've got one more surprise for you here in this closet here. This is going to be a combination washer and dryer. That's Magic Chef combo washer and dryer. And some additional storage space as well. Okay, so let's head on out to the rear deck. Little Rubbermaid storage locker back here on the rear deck. This is going to be about a 4-foot extended swim platform. We got a 3-step swim boarding ladder right there. And that's going to be a water slide. That was reconditioned recently. And steps to our roof area, which will go up here in a moment after we take a quick visit to our engine room. Raise this hatch. We got the one single engine hatch back here. And this is our 4.3 liter V6 Inboard Outboard Mercruiser power. These are rated about 220 horsepower each. And again, we just call those engine hours out for you, about 159 on this starboard engine right here. Over here to your port side engine, we got about 358 hours on it. It's going to be a 12.5 kW Westerbeke generator. This one's got about 3,360 hours on it. So, and one thing I did notice when I first opened the engine hatch on this one, that blower hose needs to get reattached right there. That's kind of a big no-no right there. Those blowers are intended to pull those fumes and exit them out of the boat. So it's with that hose attached, is kind of getting the fumes from basically the center of the engine room and exit them out of the engine room before the boat gets started. All right. Now, right through here, it's going to be one of your 50-gallon aluminum fuel tanks. Another 50-gallon tank right about through there. And your third one right over here. We've also got a battery charger over here. It's going to be a Pro Mariner 50-amp onboard battery charger. And get you another look at those. There's your other 50-gallon aluminum fuel tank. So again, 150 total gallons of fuel storage capacity. And we'll go ahead and close this engine hatch. Okay, let's head upstairs. It's a little bit breezy today. Hopefully our newer microphone is going to help with the sound. A few videos back, we had some pretty noisy wind. So there's your water slide right there. Got two lounge chairs, flagpole right there in the middle, small little fire pit. It's gonna be a 12 foot canvas party top right here. Another table and chairs up here. Another storage box or patio locker up here as well. Pull this carpeting out. Of course, that is not permanent, obviously. Wind has been blowing it quite a bit. Here's your Starlink antenna right here. And we've got a cell booster down there as well. So that's what that equipment is right there. Gorgeous day today. Now this roof was redone in, I believe it's 2022. Let's see here. Outdrives were serviced in October of 2021. The roof was gel coated in May of 2022. Now, with that said, we did notice a few spots that need to be touched up. Roof is in good shape though, just a few areas to touch up. And I should also point out this canvas is due to be replaced. This is, you might get this season out of it. You see, you got some torn stitching right there where that's going to get held onto that frame. Got some nice lights that have been added around the that party top canvas though. And but back to that gel coat that we're just touching on, we do have some areas where it's getting a little bit thin in some spots. And this is similar to those aluminum holding tanks. You don't want to wait until it's too late. You don't want to wait till you get a leak. When you notice that your gel coat's starting to get a little faded, and this is a good sign right here, where we can kind of see where it's kind of flaking up a little bit in spots. Generally, that's going to happen as it starts reaching the end of its life. And when you go to recoat this, there are several products that you can use instead of gel coat that are going to last a whole lot longer. 2 coats of a Pit Thane Ultra, you're probably not going to worry about this roof again for at least 10 years. Here's another little area right here, which is a little flaking up just a little bit in a few spots. I think there was another one kind of right under here where these chairs were. We aren't trying to hide it, but we do want to represent all of our inventory as accurately as possible. Here's another little area right here. So do keep that in mind. This one is very much ready for the season, but this gel coat does need some attention in the near future. But it is in good condition right now. Should look at this one. Again, this slip is transferable. Got a gorgeous view right here. You're fairly convenient to I-75. We're coming to you from Norris Lake today from Rocky Top, Tennessee. So we're just north of Knoxville, Tennessee. Like I said, very convenient to I-75. And let's head on down. There's a few other things to show you here in the exterior. And here's a few other spots where that gel coat around this ladder area where that's flaked up a little bit. A few areas to point out to you around the exterior. So your window caulking it looks really good on this one. Now, probably that hole of the deck joint could use to be sealed, and we need some wax on these exterior walls. We're starting to get a little bit, actually, I think you can see it back here just a little bit as well, where we just kind of got some, almost like some cracking in that exterior, and that needs to be waxed here on the exterior, and it will protect that and help prevent that from happening. Here's another area where kind of that paint's flaked off a little bit. Mostly that is just UV damage and sun damage. Some wax on this exterior is going to help protect that. Our window caulking looks great pretty much all the way around. These are all nice and sealed. That's a good thing, something you always want to look for. Now, we do have a bunch of kind of screw holes that have just barely popped through on the exterior. Here's one right here. That's like a little finishing nail. Maybe it's gone through. Here's another one right here. So we do have a little bit of that going on both sides of the boat. Actually, I think it's the starboard side that's got a little bit where it's a little bit worse than over here on the port side. Again, a little bit of that flaking right here. But again, your window caulking, these all look great. Now, some of it might not look as pretty as some of the other spots, but that caulking is there and it's intact. Well, all that, actually, this one right here needs to be touched up. See, we've got a really good edge down here on this bottom edge. Up here on the top, we got a little bit of separation from that window there. Now, what's saving it is when you have catwalks, we got a little bit more of an overhang right over here than you would if this was a wide body model. So if this was like this on a wide body model, you're going to have some stains showing up on the interior. In fact, we kind of got that nice overhang right there. It's protecting this, keeping that out of the weather a little bit. So this window definitely does need to be touched up. The other spots in the windows, I was just kind of spot checking here and there. They all look good. Actually, the other side of this window looks good too. But that other top corner does need some attention. Now, this is an old gas water heater access panel. Originally, this would have had probably about a 6-gallon gas water heater. That's been replaced. We've actually got a new 20-gallon electric water heater that would have been new in, I think it was 2022. Here's another one of those areas. We got one of those screws kind of popping out just a little bit. So again, got a little bit of caulking to do on this one. Gel coat down the road, but it's definitely not an immediate concern, or at least not this season. That's also one of those things that, like I said earlier, you don't want to wait on that. So a few more screw holes over here on this side. I'm guessing that probably had to do with that updated interior that was done, I think, by a previous owner. So again, just want to show you these. We'll have some photographs of this too. This probably looks really bad. Probably what I would do for most of these is put some, and that's kind of what they've done here. I'd put some 3M caulking on here, maybe like a 3600 or 3M 4000. Those are just basically really long lasting, and I'd kind of spread those out in those areas right there around all those, just to give that a little bit more protection where you've got a few pieces of that exterior fiberglass. It's kind of, cracked where those either nails or screws have kind of poked through. And as usual, or as I mentioned before, website's going to have all the specifications on this one. If you want to come see this in person, submit an offer, or anything like that, do please reach out to us through the website. We don't monitor the YouTube comment page, so if you do have any serious questions about this one, please take the time, make over the website, and reach out to us with any questions. Do keep in mind we are frequently in areas without cell phone reception or very limited cell phone reception. So if you get our voicemail and you're wanting a return phone call, just please take the time, leave us a detailed message, let us know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have. Whenever we either finish with the customer or return to a cell service area, we'll be gladly returning your call and answering all those questions for you. And again, this is the 1993 Jamestowner 16 by 65 aluminum hull houseboat. Slip is transferable. Again, it's a 4-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 3 full-size beds, 1 queen, plus a small little twin sleeper sofa up here. You're going to be able to sleep anywhere from 6 to 9, depending on the size of your guest. And I think we pretty much covered everything. Oh, the new things that were done in this. That water heater was new in 2022. PEX plumbing was done in 2022. Exterior carpeting was done in 2022. Engines and generator were tuned up, new and batteries replaced. That was in 2024. Outdrives were serviced October of 2021. That roof was last gel coated May of 2022. So a lot's been done on this one. It's kept it up to date, in good condition. Like usual, these kind of need some continuing care. And yeah, pretty much everything you saw with, I think, the trolling motor exception, it's going to be transferring with this one. So again, can stay right here in this slip as well. Do reach out with any questions. And I thank you again very much for joining us on this one. We do have a little bit of marks on the aluminum over here. That's why I wanted to walk down this side before we signed off. Again, beauty of aluminum, this is pretty much all cosmetic. This back corner over here where your engine compartment vents out, those actually, that may have been covered up for some winterization with like some foil, but we do have some scratches back over here on this side. Again, just want to call your attention to that. Like always, we want to represent all of our inventory as accurately as possible. But again, any questions? It's up a time to come see this one or anything like that, please do reach out to us. Again, that's at yournewboat.com. Two things will be coming up over top of your screen as we sign off. One's going to be a shortcut to our current listings playlist there at YouTube, and the other one's going to be a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. That's a great way to get notified anytime new inventory comes available. And I thank you again for joining us for this one today.